This might be the biggest risk I've ever taken. After years of being stuck in a tiny bedroom office, it might be time to finally move on. Our space has gotten cramped, we can't hire anyone to help, and it's time for a change. Compared to other YouTubers, it feels silly even making a video on this. Every week I see a new video from someone buying a $10 million building, new houses, and in comparison, this is tiny. But for me and the channel, it's absolutely huge. It's the first step to really turning this into what I've always dreamed it could be. So I wanted to share it with you and document this huge moment for us. We are going to our office because we just got the keys. So we're finally moving out of the house and into a real office space. We're not bedroom creators anymore. So why is it such a big risk and how could it ruin us financially? And there are a lot of pitfalls and traps along the way, which I'll explain soon. I've always been a risk-averse person. My husband and I both had families that got hit really hard during the Great Recession in 2008, so it's left an impact on us to save aggressively and avoid doing anything that could wipe us out. And while being risk-averse is great, it can also hold us back too, such as not making important decisions at the right time, like getting an office. That's something that's been way overdue for years now. And the best part about saving so much is that it lets you take bigger and bigger risks and live the life that you truly want. Otherwise, those savings are just sitting there, being wasted. I've never talked about this before, but when I started the channel 5 years ago, it was a huge risk. I had a comfortable job. I was an occupational therapist at a school district, which means I help kids who are a little behind in writing skills, emotional skills, and all that stuff. And my husband was a mechanical engineer who helped design trucks. I loved my job. I was quite fulfilled, but I wasn't quite happy having all my time controlled by someone else. I also hated commuting. So when I got into keyboards and started making videos, it felt like a whole new world unlocked and I was instantly hooked. I ended up quitting my job even though we didn't make enough yet to survive, and we relied on savings to see if we could make it full-time, which was the biggest risk I had ever taken. It could have failed miserably and I would have had to go back to my job if it was still there with no savings and start again from zero. But eventually it worked, and faster than we could have imagined. We grew this massive audience and for the first time worked for ourselves. All of this wouldn't be possible without your support and support from today's sponsor, Autonomous. We've been longtime fans of their standing desks and chairs, and now they're going to be the centerpiece of our new streaming setup. Right now we're using the SmartDesk 5 Pro, and out of all the desks we've tested over the years, this one just feels different. It feels solid without making any wobbling or creaking sounds. I love the built-in cable management, and they've really thought it out. It comes with a cable management tray underneath that's actually usable. It also comes with all of these cable routing supplies that you could possibly dream of. I love how the height adjustment is integrated into the table itself instead of being mounted on the front. I broke the height adjuster on my desk the other day while moving it, so it's nice never having to worry about that again. We paired the new desk with the ErgoChair Pro, and it's been a game changer. The adjustable headrest alone makes a bigger difference than I expected. When you're editing for hours on end or just leaning back during a call, it gives you that full body support that just feels right. Together, they've made the new office feel like it's really come together. It's functional, it's sleek, and it's the kind of setup you look forward to sitting down at. If you want to level up your own desk setup, check out Autonomous using the link below with the code SETUPSAC to save 5% on your order. And thank you again to Autonomous for supporting the channel and helping us build the space we've always dreamed of. Fast forward to today, we just made another big risk. Our space has gotten cramped, to say the least. It's borderline unlivable. In our bedroom, in addition to our bed and our dresser, we packed in 2 desks, a big filming set, basically all this, along with a nightmare medley of tripods for lights, microphones, and more, and a bunch of product racks that are just overflowing with keyboards, mice, and other tech. We even had to put a storage rack in the bathroom and our daughter's room. It's a mess. And there's a reason why we only make videos on smaller tech like keyboards, mice, earbuds, and phones. We just physically don't have the space for larger tech like PCs, TVs, and monitors. Basically, we've outgrown it. The space is too small, and it's severely limiting the content that we can do. Not to mention, we can't hire anyone to help us besides a few editors online, but we do want to bring in talented and passionate people who also love tech. to help write and produce the videos. We knew that something big had to change, but that change seemed really intimidating and super risky. So instead of immediately making a decision, we toured a couple spaces to figure out what it would look like and how much it would cost. We are at office space, well, potential office space number 1. It's got this area, a front office, very small. And then there's this door here that leads to the rest of it. Come with me. And that's it. There's a garage door. I don't know what you call that. Warehouse door for a truck backing in. And then there's a kitchen sink. And that's it. There's tall ceilings. This is me. Echo. First place we checked was tiny. It was less than 1,000 square feet with 1 big room and a smaller office. Ultimately, it was too small and too expensive for the size. So we toured a second spot. We are at space number 2, and this is the bigger space. So come on in. We have our first little office thing.
Pretty sure that's just an entry.
I'm thinking this is gonna be the lounge. Here's the second office. This is probably where filming happens. No, I don't get a corner office. I'm just a lowly employee. Follow me down the hall. To our left, you have bathroom number 1, bathroom number 2, and a sink. Here, we have office number 2, another filming area. And now to the big kahuna, the warehouse space. I think this is where most people are gonna work. Really cold too, but we can close that up and it has heat. I just don't think we can film here because you'd have to sound treat the whole thing. And that is the space. And this one was a little bit bigger. It had 2 offices, a warehouse space, and 2 bathrooms. Nice, but it didn't feel like the space was utilized very well. And if we outgrew it, we'd be stuck in it for a really long time. So we tried another place. Welcome back to part 2 of the office tours where we're looking at a space. And this one is bigger and might be a better fit for us. So we got a hallway. We've got a hallway here too. And to our right is our first area that looks like it could be a break room. Although a very big break room. And we've got another big room here. This could be for offices. It could be for B-roll. It could be for A-roll. Although I think this might be better for A-roll. If it's tucked in away from a small place. And there's a storage closet that you could put storage things, camera gear, B-roll out here, because B-roll doesn't need good audio. B-roll out here, and work setups in there. And this one was a lot more promising. It was bigger than the other places, and the square footage felt better utilized. There weren't bathrooms in it. And there was a small area for a mini kitchen, a room for storage, a room for the set, another room for the desk, and finally, a room for live streaming, which we want to get into again soon. It seemed perfect. Another bonus is the neighboring offices are vacant, so we didn't have to worry about loud noises while filming, and we could always expand into the other areas if we grew our team. Sure, the space is a little older and things probably need to be touched up a bit, but it's just our level of jank. Perfectly jank.
So I don't know what this is. It's weird, but all right.
So it was a perfect fit. So we started the negotiation process to acquire it. And if you've never done commercial real estate,
This, I think, was for a fire extinguisher, is what it looks like. Or a really big cup holder. I don't know.
it's a whole different beast than leasing an apartment. You have long contracts, and the rent you pay is just a small portion of the bill because you also have to contribute to taxes, insurance, and more through something called triple net. And these costs get bigger over time. So we had to be extremely careful through the process to limit how much they could raise our rent through the leasing period. So when you rent an apartment, you know everything pretty much. Besides the utilities, it's a fixed amount for the entire time you lease it. And where it gets scary is the duration. Normally, for an apartment, you sign for 1 year at a time, so if it sucks, you just move somewhere else when the year's done. With commercial, at the bare minimum, you sign for 3 years, but most lease contracts are for 5 years. That's longer than the entire time our channel's been alive. So are we sure we can afford the space for 5 years? And what if we end up not liking it? Are we stuck here until 2030. That sounds insane, by the way. So making the jump felt like a bigger risk than anything we've done before. It meant if things could take a turn for the worse, we were committed without an escape hatch. But after lots of planning, negotiation with the landlords, and long discussions between me and Jake, we decided it's something we wanted to do. So we pulled the trigger and we signed the lease. We are officially moving out of the bedroom and into the office. This is the office, just so you know. We finally get to start building a real team and make much better and better content. Oh, the content, yes. I'm so excited for what doors this opens. It's time for a new era of Switch and Click. 2025 to 2030 will be in an office. We started making office move-in vlogs available to our members. So if you want to see that and support us, sign up using the link below. We've already done the first few vlogs, so you can start watching them right away. They're a lot of fun, and you get to see a lot more behind the scenes chaos and get a better idea of what we plan to use the space for. Not to mention, you also see the real weird stuff that maybe you might want to watch. So press the join button. Bye. I'm in the office. I'm gonna get out of here. Good job. Have a good night.